gingerbread man.
Guess what happened to her?
What?
I couldn't understand what she said, and I was like, what? And it's, Shania man got her arrested,
Was he arrested?
Antonio. And it turns out that when you do those kind of jobs, when it's starting to get hot, you get paid more to turn these motherfuckers in. To make it look like, you know, you have to be better. Okay?
Who does that, bro?
That's a karma. She spent months in prison.
Did he get it?
Karma, yeah. Fuck that bitch. And I told her, I want you when you're back. I will go first.
I don't remember what she made. I just want my jerseys back. I fucking want to buy it.
I just want to see that bitch.
She stole my favorite fucking Red Sox jersey. Not that long. It was a gray jersey. It was gray with black lettering. It was super fun.
Or also one that was like,
Yeah. Yeah. She stole all of the jerseys.
Like you need to raise that.
A Jerry Rice jersey in the minors. You don't even know what player Padawan is, but if you look him up, he comes into the Hall of Fame with that closer and
Who is it?
Padawan.
Say it again.
Padawan.
I haven't heard that.
P-A-B-A-D-A-L. P-A-B-E-L-O-N.
So when we do stuff like this is what my headphones will be good for.
You know
So
what?
that's for last Christmas.
It's what you got an iPhone, so it's not.
Doesn't matter, I got your AirPods.
Yeah, but
Every
every time I
time you
have
live.
money,
You don't need to go, you need to go get it.
No, you're not understanding. Every time I have money, it ends up going
I'm
to
buying
something else.
You just buy me shit. Why do I look at my phone? Why keep looking at my phone?
You look at my phone all the time.
That's way it's being weird.
Is what we doing?
It's being weird.
You're weird. Oh, I gotta work that out for the video.
Yeah, you can move the clipboard, it's gonna work.
Yeah, well,
Now you're recording this, and she's all with her baby dreams. Hey, if you need another one, go get it. Do you need another one?
It's open.
Can you give me that one? Whatever.
You'll be able to get up.
What?
all we did was fill the biggest air cans today. They're like,
Wait, can you tell Doug what happened if you guys load a wrong package in the wrong truck?
misload, it costs money.
Yeah, that's me. And I passed.
It is a huge thing if you misload an air package. I would lose my job if one of my motors misloaded one, but they don't understand.
Susie said we should start buying pallets of like returns from like Amazon.
Okay.
Whoever.
Hey, have you guys seen the fucking feature on Amazon called Amazon Haul?
Yeah. You buy pallets?
No, I don't think.
Which one?
That's mine.
They have cheap shit on, like, I was gonna buy a shirt earlier, it was like $6. It's fucking tight.
I'm trying to talk about the
The thing is, like, the Prime doesn't work, like the Prime shit doesn't need free shipping on all.
That's how they get you in the fucking shit.
Well, it said if I spend $25, it would give me free shipping, but under that, I wouldn't give you free shipping.
That shit should be illegal, just like fucking thing,
What should you do?
making spend a minimum amount.
No, it's kind of cool,
Cause it makes people spend more money.
but like this, like it says on there, I have $435 worth of savings so far.
Yeah,
That's all shipping costs.
but that's probably about the same amount of money you spent to get the free shipping.
No, that was just the Hall thing, I get free shipping on everything. I can buy it, yeah, that's what I'm saying, the Hall thing is a little bit different. But, yeah, $435, and then,
Apparently, getting Uber One has saved me $420.
Bull fucking shit.
That's what it says, and I was like, I want to see the actual metrics of where you got $420. And I'm pretty sure I spent $420 somewhere. It's not that,
but you can spend, I easily spend that much on this, easily.
I spend like,
I don't even go that
last
far.
2 weeks.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Cause it's like $20 every day. work and $20 back.
You're lucky you work in the evening because actually, I think,
Expensive, depending, well, like, tonight if I would left at regular time, it would have been only like a $14 rent. But I saved like,
Like, so these went from 5 in the morning to 1:30 p.m. to 8 to 9 a.m. to 5:30 or 5 p.m. I was like, damn, that must be nice. You still got full-time hours, motherfucker. Over here struggling, trying to milk all these cows in the fucking aisle.
that's why the ladies that if your application is full, they'll hire you and they'll let you work late with them.
That would go with the carpool.
pull that towards you just a little bit. Or stay kind of close, yeah. Excuse me.
I feel like I can't hear you, because, but then I put it on, I'm like, dude. Like, I was trying to connect the AirPods, and I was trying to, when I talk, music, it cut that to another channel.
Oh.
I was like, tripping out, yesterday, I was like, is it ringing? Is it that?
No, it's the setting you use to turn that setting on.
The-
I have that setting on because when I'm at work listening to music and I'm talking to someone, I have it lowered because then I can't hear the response.
yeah.
Did you catch that when Kurt left the other day, when it was pouring, he wanted a jacket or he went asking for one?
I heard you say something, I
You
didn't.
you wanted it offered, like, oh, yeah, get your jacket, yeah, I'll get that shit back. He goes, both ways, he might think it's much nice. Yeah.
All right,
It's not on.
so what are we gonna do? We're gonna ask questions, right? So I'm gonna do an intro first.
I'm not gonna read it in order either.
Please leave them in order.
Yeah?
You,
Then we have to look at your sheet to see which numbers, I didn't write the question.
yeah.
Okay.
The thing is also that, think about it, you wrote them down randomly out of your mind.
No, it isn't, they're all numbers.
But I'm saying, you wrote them down randomly, you just thought of them.
Yeah, in that order.
It's not like you're taking them out of somebody else's order.
I don't know, let's go, I don't know what you have to do.
Anyway.
But don't put it off. Action.
Yo, this is Doug Day with, a new podcast. I have Angelina and her girlfriend.
Angelique.
Yeah.
Can't even say my fucking name right, dude.
Okay.
Let's rewind that shit, let's do a retake.
I think it's funny.
That's not fucking funny, Tyler. Angelina and Tyler here.
Tyler
Tyler, or Jan,
Well,
what's the grade?
the Brady Bunch, her last name is Brady.
Oh, like Jan.
I feel like you look really good. We're like, I think you do that. And she was asking, is that Charlie Brown about? Cause you're like, Snoopy. I was like, no, that's Snoopy, he's in the same show.
Yeah. That's why I told you that. I was like, oh, cool. It's Charlie Brown's dog.
Snoop Dogg.
All right. All right, welcome to Open Onion Podcast with Doug J. Today I'm talking with homegirl Angelique and Taylor, and we're just gonna go over, I don't know what you call philosophical questions, right?
Just random.
So we're just gonna go through a list of questions that you have, and we wrote our answers down, and then we'll discuss our answers or going deeper on each one if we go deep. Yeah, so I guess we just go into it.
Do you want me to answer after the question or before?
No, you're gonna read the question now, but, yeah, you'll read the question,
Okay,
and then we'll go.
is it possible to experience love?
Okay, get closer to the mic, please. That's all, look together, get closer. Both feet, and
Okay. Is it possible to experience love without ever feeling pain?
I'll answer first. So, let me pull my answer. Alright, so I said, if we're talking about love as far as relationships, I believe the only way you can have that without getting hurt is if you are both healed people. To me, if one or both of you are carrying baggage, the baggage of your past, hurtful relationships into a new one, then you'll definitely end up hurting or being hurt, even if it's a situation you guys get past eventually. Now, even if you are both healed, remember that none of us are perfect, so you may eventually experience pain simply because of human fault. So, in short, no, you can't be in a relationship or love without feeling it sometimes.
I thought yes, it's possible.
We'll talk.
Huh? What? I did.
No.
How do you expect me to talk to like you if this pulls right here? Like this?
Take the paper, so you can't look the other way.
Oh, the one another, was it?
Yeah.
Shit, dude, I'm not fucking retarded. I thought yes, it's possible. There's love without pain, a love that is selfless, mature, and compassionate. So I feel like, yeah, if you're in love with someone and it's good, they should always say good. There should be no pain. It can't be two things. I feel there can be two things, and then you still expect to have happiness and pleasure. That's just that.
Well, I think it's possible to experience love without feeling pain, because if a person loves another, they may feel pain from the past, but not directly to the love connection they have with that current person. So, yeah.
Real quick on that, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I don't feel like someone should get in a relationship if there's still pain from past relationships. I feel like you have to be over it and content and love yourself before you can even move on to somebody else. That's what the problem is with this generation nowadays, like everybody just hop into the next, rebounding, you know, like not even getting over it, so yeah, they bleed on to everybody else in the future because they carry that baggage and everything.
Well, generationally, the new generation, I don't even know if they have baggage when they break up. As far as like relationship standards and getting like quality relationships, they're out there, but they're like rare.
So nowadays, it's like the new thing not to do on Facebook.
Well, remember I was talking about morals the other day, and I was like, if we were watching that show with Andrew Wilson where he was talking to the OnlyFans chick, and he was like, well, I asked you after that, do you think it's morally okay for if you got a daughter for her to do OnlyFans, 18 or whatever, it doesn't matter what age she is, but he was like, yeah, and that's why, like, I disagree because that type of shit is the reason why relationships don't last anymore because everybody's fucking.
But just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean everybody's the same. You can't compare everybody. I know what you're thinking, but she's throwing it out there, so might as well.
This is one thing you gotta understand about society, you know, as a whole. If it's acceptable on that level, it means there's something going on throughout the whole society. And it's not the fact that you can, and agree the same way, you can tell that it's something that has persuaded everybody into being lenient on that shit instead of sticking to the morals that people came up with originally. If you ask your dad the same thing, what would you say?
But we're not in the same time. The economy's changed, everything's changed. So with that comes with more stress, more things with how to make a quick dollar in the fastest way. So that's why OnlyFans comes, that's why all this stuff comes out. For these people to help, we were gonna make an OnlyFans. We're literally gonna make an OnlyFans, not because we're hoes, but because we need the money. You know, like I said, the economy's fucking shit now. It's not like it was back then. Like yeah, if I grew back then with my dad, I would run an MVD because I was so scared of
Outside of money, when you think about it.
that.
I
Everybody wants to be following everybody else, do what they do, wear what they wear, be looking YouTube influencers.
So just
Be on
because,
fucking
just because
podcasts.
everybody wants to do what they wanna do, that doesn't make what you wanna do not.
That's what helps you get, that's what helps people keep doing what they're doing, because they care about what people think of them. Who's wearing the hottest shoes? Who has money for this? Who has money for that? You know?
If there was no money involved,
But there is.
I'm not saying that, I'm asking a question about moral. If there's no money involved, would that be morally okay?
I think the internet has brought us access to a lot of that kind of stuff, easily to people, whereas before the internet existed, the amount of people that were like,
You know, OnlyFans is though, OnlyFans is, you can sell, think of it yourself.
yes, I know what it is.
Of your feet, it's not just like pornography.
I'm not saying it's pornography, but what I'm saying is the internet has made it people are behind the screen and they have easier access to all this other stuff. And I don't think, in reality, they're not being true to themselves for certain kinds of years.
These are people that have fetishes, not just people who just wanna get off, walk off and watch porn, no, they have fetishes. They'll pay you for hundreds of dollars for walking with a brand new pair of socks on the street, and then show them the bottom of your socks. Like, people will pay for that, because that's a fetish. I'm not just trying to get the same thing like to get off the internet. No, it's a certain fetish that these people on the OnlyFans feed. That's why.
Look, do me a favor, go on your phone and Google, why?
Kind of, yeah.
I can't.
My turn. What do you think?
Are the majority of girls on OnlyFans doing new work or other stuff?
Like, for example, Victoria, I don't know if you saw all those episodes when Cat, and she had a mask on and she would talk to guys on computer. She made money through Bitcoin because he would tell her, talk to me like I'm some piece of shit.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying that the internet has brought out different aspects of society, definitely changed society to where there are less morals really in relationships due to social media, to Google, to doing your homework assignments, honestly.
Yes, I know she is.
I use ChatGPT or whatever. I typed what I wanted to say and then I had it rewrite it.
You and your sister
Wait,
did
did
it.
you do that at school?
Yeah, I did
Tell
it.
me that.
Hey, what is it called? What I did?
It's what I said, wanted to say, and it just made it.
What is it though? Chat?
It's the same thing as Grammarly. It would do, because that Grammarly uses AI.
What is the chat?
It just makes you sound more intelligent. It gives the same meaning of what you write, but in a more intelligent way.
What's the G?
It just changes a few words.
I don't know if you can do that.
I thought you were going to do it.
I never.
In my school, that's how, it's where you can't, literally take your actual.
Do you have that proof,
Discussion?
do you have that proof of what you're
A lot of
reading?
our discussion boards, you have to answer using the text, but you have to use it in your own words. So you can do direct quotes, but there's different ways of how you reference that. I don't like doing direct quotes because I'm not very good at referencing direct quotes.
So you're able to tell like if they use the chat to see like.
Yeah, because you can go into originality verification. There's a program that's called originality verification where you put in what you want to say, and it'll pull up everything from the internet. Everything from chat,
Oh,
whatever. So it'll be able to see if
because
someone.
it's gonna structure the sentences the way that you structure, so basically you said 1, 2, 3, it's not gonna take them out of order.
Yes,
I can see how it.
yeah. So like,
So it can tell,
I use Grammarly, but I ran out of my so it's very similar.
alright,
How's your program?
let me just put this stat out here real quick because of the OnlyFans thing. According to recent data, adult and NSFW, not safe for work content constitutes the majority of material on OnlyFans. Often cited as over 70%. So they're not safe for work is a nudity shit.
And so if you're over 70%, you are considered a photograph our website, technically, because there's a, what, I forget.
And I believe to be on OnlyFans, you have to be over 18, so
Yeah.
it's adult content regardless. Next question.
What's your most memorable childhood memory?
Go ahead, David.
My most memorable childhood memory was probably, winning the state championship for my 12-year-old all-star team.
What did you play?
I was center field.
So this is softball.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, all-star softball,
Yeah.
softball. Specifically because we had very lost against this team, so in the championship, it's 2 losses go home, so if we lost the first game, we would have been out. But we won the first game, then we had to play them again and win again for us to move to regionals, which we ended up doing. The reason why this is probably the most memorable is because I actually hit the line drive to tie the game, and then I was the one who scored the lead, in the 6th inning.
What's your, did we ask you two? Do you have a second one?
Which is,
I could have scored.
yeah, because you just, feel.
Oh, no,
So
I.
like the variance of the reading,
No,
well, see what you want, see,
no, the criticism.
just say it fast.
Not doing that.
Because you've done that twice today, like, so like, this is just something, no?
I'm not over there looking at it.
And the paper is.
Listen, I only put one answer, but I put 2 reasons.
It's straightforward, one answer for every question, but one, two, well, that's one. Which book?
I said my most memorable moment from when I was a kid was riding the sheep at the state fair.
Dude, show her a picture of you real quick. That's it, look at, look at this motherfucker riding fucking sheep, you can't, I just can't, it's like, you're riding a cloud, riding a cloud, dude, look at, that's him.
Well, so the reason why it's like my most memorable is because I rode horses and did rodeo shit since I was 18.
And he's darker than dark next to you know, it don't matter around here.
They
Y'all western boys.
Fucking, so what made it so memorable was the fact, so I was like super scared. I used to ride at the state fair every year when I was little, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, every time, I'll be juiced like I was the shit.
Wait, like the state fair, like for your state?
Yeah,
Oh shit, okay.
yeah. So, I would fucking be super scared, like going up to the little chute.
How old were you?
Probably like between 4 and 7.
You're all fucking be doing shit at a young age.
Bro, like, my mom was pregnant riding horses with me and her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been riding before I was born.
You do that, yeah.
I should still be doing
He's
this
like,
shit.
yeah. That's what has 4 runners coming through.
So, I was like super scared, like, so it like was like imprinted itself on me, you know what I mean? And then the second thing is that, so I rode this fucking sheep named, Terminator, right? And I guess my mom like explained that the new Terminator was this girl. And so I ride this sheep the farthest, like, damn near the whole length of the arena. So like, you just hold on to it, you know what I'm saying?
That's, you hold on to that hair, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
They don't
I can't even feel that shit.
Don't do that, well, you can't feel it up here, huh?
It's so thick, like, you can't feel none of that shit. But I rode the sheep and like automatically won, you know what I'm saying? And I got to meet, so my idol as a kid was there. And he was a rodeo clown named, Leon Coffey.
Leon, really coming out there, Leon Coffey. Shout out right here. Douglas, you don't remember him, he rides sheep back in the day?
And so I got to meet him and I did like, my mom has a video.
Wait, so you're a cowboy, sorry to interrupt. What are the clowns for?
The clowns protect the riders from, they try to, like, in bull riding, they distract the bull from going after the rat.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you ever seen the Mexican videos in the morning. The guy had his face cut up from a bullhorn, that they had to stitch that shit back on. They didn't even look like him anymore. So I'm like, picturing, he was a clown. And I thought he was a writer, because I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he like white over his face? You had surgery, I don't know, but the pictures online, I was like, or on TV, I was like, what the fuck? People really do that shit.
But the Mexican rodeo shit is way different than American shit.
I bet you like badass
They
at
don't
riding
do
bulls,
it.
huh?
Huh?
I bet you're badass at riding bulls.
I never really. I used to ride, I got to the point where I rode calves, and then we focused strictly on T-Row.
You ever ride a bull, a mechanical?
I rode a mechanical one that there's carnival that was just
How
there.
do you that?
For more than 8 seconds, bro. Like,
I gotta do this shit.
it was sick.
I can get to 4, maybe 5 on this day. Thanks that I worked out before. Just kidding. No, but yeah, I could.
I was probably like 13 and I was all juiced. The carnival was over there. It was literally right across the street from where my horses were at. Not where you know they're at. Because they were somewhere else when I was little. And so I see the mechanical bull over there. And so my mom was over there. I was at home, so our horses aren't at our house. And she's like, go ahead, do whatever you
Yeah.
Because my mom didn't care, you know, like,
That's how you know y'all got money, dude.
what money?
My horses are at my house.
Everyone has money.
He had his dad was fixing a lot out at their ranch where the horses
Yeah, but
live. And then his dad was in around.
that's not,
Who live on the ranch.
that's not, yeah, those are the people with money.
You got two, like you got two phones, you got two houses. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nobody lives there.
right, his dad got a nice ass fucking truck, man. Yeah, they got money, dude. You should see him.
My dad had the 2007 Atlas that he bought for, that he ended up paying only like $1,700 for because it had a salvage title.
But it's that's the fuck out of town.
His dog is dad, yeah, he has like 22-inch rims on it, in-dash, Sirius XM, Alexa, he has like 2 10-inch.
But tell her what's on the rim.
So he has 2 10-inch subwoofers in the car, so it won't tell apart. And then like on the tires it says Cowboy Up, Lady T, like white lettering.
Like his truck's name is Lady T.
But we're definitely not rich. We've never been rich. My mom worked for the county attorney's office, and my dad worked for the county. Working for the county doesn't mean you're rich at all. My mom still makes probably, I don't know if their whole business out there, but I think it's a little very over 60 grand. That ain't shit.
And nowadays,
That was she barely, since she
but
literally,
it took her how long to get?
I was gonna say, last year she got her 40 years. Yeah,
Yeah, congratulations.
so she's been with them the whole time. She never takes, like,
That's the definition of loyalty right there.
it's just crazy. I trip out, like, she's been with them longer than I've been alive.
By like 2 years.
But, like 4 years.
Damn, how old was she when she had you?
19, I think? No, I'm almost like 25. Oh, you,
Yeah, like, shit, what the hell?
you're old, man. But you don't have, you can see what it's published on, you can,
And like, the video he showed, I would do black dog crap, and yeah, my dad's old, but not black dog crap. Show me, a Mexican or a white person, especially a white person, to be like, there's no this guy over there, and look at all simple ones. One of the Mexicans to that.
that's because of you don't have teeth. My dad has no the pencil lip line is from like no teeth.
Really?
No teeth in lips, yeah. Look like,
Your head.
look like real weird.
She's like, hey, I'm cow again, she's like, I love this.
I have lips, you're just being rude.
I told you to tell her to show me.
We're not hating, let's not argue.
We're not arguing. That's how we comment each other. You should know about her earlier.
I didn't do her.
I did. I felt that. Like, that's the way you're like, fuck you. In your mind. That's what she did all the time. Telekinesis. Do you guys believe you have that?
Telekinesis is where you can move stuff with your mind.
No?
That was really 11 to me.
I used to think that was, okay, well, back when I was younger, I used to think it was a term for the eye twitching, eyelid twitching. Like, my telekinesis is going down, it's like, what? And my telekinesis, I'll shoot it, and shit, you know, I guess, like, I'm trying, every time I was like,
Fucking funny.
no, no, dude.
What were we talking about?
The question, your childhood memory, about how you were rich, riding sheep, and then you were at the state fair, and blah, blah, blah. You were 4, 5, 6, and you're telling your mom you wanted to,
I don't wanna do this right now, but I really wanna be like,
okay.
or even with law.
Dude, you have,
I'll
but I
tell
told
you.
you have two places out in the rich, cause
That's not rich.
for where I've seen, around people that live like that in Tucson, dude, that's rich.
You have a 3 points, same shit, what do you
I'm not
do?
talking about 3 points, fool. Everybody else thinks I'm talking about 3 points, I'm talking about 2
That's the
points.
only place
I've been 3 points like maybe 3, 4
What I'm
times.
saying is, whatever,
And that's the wrong
if anything is rich, or and you guys think that's rich because they have ranches, because they have land. That place that we have right there is like, an acre and a half or some shit like that, or half an acre.
Oh, they're all like, God damn, this place is big. He's like, yeah, I'm like,
It's not that big,
it's not, yeah, that's what he said last time too.
it's not that big.
They look like she's in a fucking stadium, that bitch.
This is how I grew up. I grew up in a trailer park. That was a 2-bedroom trailer, James Hughes Club. Like, sharing a room with my sisters my whole life. Like, we were not rich by any means. Like, my mom couldn't afford to go to rent a house, you know what I mean? Like, she bought that trailer for like $2,000, and then just paid like 4 something for the lot.
You're just saying, I was very calm, you're saying just the trailer, right? From when I was born to now, I'm 34 now, I can tell you by the struggle I've been through the last few years, that if you have a roof over your head, it's a house.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck what it is, it could be a hotel, it could be a fucking, Airbnb, it's a house, that's how
I'm
I.
not saying that, I'm saying we weren't rich though. Like, you gotta understand that people back in the day, most of them were. There was less drug addicts, there was less homeless people, there was less of all that shit, so this is societal standards for what was rich. What you're saying is rich is way different.
Were you aware at the time that you were rich?
I was aware because my mom wouldn't buy us fucking nice clothes, nice shoes, she would buy us, like we shop at Goodwill a lot. My mom never buys Nikes or nothing like that, it was always Payless or fucking Walmart bullshit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And then my dad, I was a single father, he raised 3 kids. I had the newest Jordans always on, you know, whatever my brother and sister wanted, they got. That as I got older, I turned like 9, I stopped with my heart. I was listening with my heart, you know, understood, hey, he's working hard for this, and I had to step it up, like grow up fast, watch us, take care of us until he comes home for dinner. So I'm just like, I got whatever I wanted, but I didn't know I had to work as well.
let me ask you something about your Jordan. What skills do they need?
What do you mean?
What do they need?
What do you mean? Like, what do they do for me to, nothing, that's why I'm not secretive now, like, I don't buy them like now.
The thing,
Like, Dad, I'm glad that he did that for us, like, growing up, you know?
I'm not saying that, the thing that my parents did, because my dad, with or without us, we had horses, you know what I mean? Like, he was a cowboy, that's what he did, he rode for sport, like people go hunting, you know what I mean? My mom and them spent money on our horses, like all our money went to that shit.
Yeah,
Going to rope and the shit, that's just not cheap. That's not cheap at all.
but to be able to do that is the only thing, like, I don't know how to do that.
Well, you gotta go, one day we'll go to a roping, right? I'll take you guys, we'll find them somewhere around here. And just look at these guys, the shit that they're driving, the horse trailers that they have, the horses that they buy.
Well, first of all, if I was a farmer and I had money, or I didn't have money, I'm just saying, if it works, it works. Why am I gonna go buy a new one if I have something that already works that I'm okay with, you know, like, I'm not gonna have the newest truck, even if I win the lottery, I'm gonna go buy a mansion, I'm gonna buy a decent house, $3-4 bedroom, pay it off, buy my daddy a house, buy some cars, buy my own fucking one because he raised me to be the woman I am today. That's my daddy, my dad, their daughter.
With the lottery, you can buy all these guys mansions and still be fucking cool, you know what I mean? That's just crazy.
I want, if I was ever visible, I would want my family, my main family, my dad, my brothers to not be able to not have to work. They could work, they don't have to, because it's just, there's that college fund, there's that for the kids, whatever they need, groceries, bills, fucking mortgage, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would want to do. But, you know, the economy nowadays, is not like it used to be.
We-
You can buy something else for fucking $3 a month.
Because we wanted to continue doing the thing that we like to do, which is team building, right? Like we were, because my parents didn't have money like that, we were poor in both our in the broken world, and then we were poor in just regular, like, you know what I'm saying? So you might have went to school with Jordans and shit, and nice clothes and this and that, you look like you had it, but when you go home, you ain't got shit. And then that's the same shit for us, you know what I mean?
But you have shit, you have the talent, man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you're just older, as long as you show you got the talent, that's what makes you.
That's what I would have, that. Come on, man.
Like, to me, you would have stuck with it, bro, like, imagine how bad it is here now.
I have a plan, or had a plan written up to go back to it because I can live off of roping, because I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not hating on you.
it's not about wanting to do things about being humble, you know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
saying you're saying it wrong, I'm just saying that we weren't rich. Like, I live just like you guys, but what my parents decided to spend their money on was different.
Here, my dad is trying to make me do all these things that he's at me crying and shit, and not wanting to do it, and my brother too.
I don't, like what?
Like growing up, cause it was just different, it was impossible to do stuff like that, like, or even play sport or like after school activities because of how my childhood was, but, yeah. That's another thing.
Everybody goes a different, bro, like, I just know that it sucked a lot for me because I went to school with you. Like, definitely didn't happen, you know what I'm saying?
Alright, now I'm gonna read my answer. My most memorable childhood memory is a nightmare that I still have to this day. For the last 17 years of my life, this nightmare has controlled pretty much everything I do, you know? Like, I don't know why I still dwell on that, because I could talk about memories all day, but it's eventually gonna get to the point where, like, why don't I talk about my memories more often? Oh yeah, that's why, because something happened, you know, I like to talk about. But I guess, like, looking at it now, it's the question, you know, what's the most memorable childhood memory? It's just me waking up, terrified, scared, and not really sure how to, like, get past to the next step to move on with the situation. So that's why to this day, like, no matter what I think of, that's the main memory that I have over me because it ruined my childhood. So that's what I said. Mine's just all deep and here it is all happy. So question number 3 says, can suffering be meaningful?
I'm gonna go first on this one. Because as soon as I saw the question, I had a few things that I put on song. So my answer is that suffering is a necessary, unavoidable part of life. When suffering is meaningful is when you grow. And when suffering is meaningful is when you grow and learn from that suffering. To me, it's kind of like saying you would never know what's good without evil. DMX said it best though in his song, Slippin'. He said, to live is to suffer, to survive is to find meaning in suffering. So, it's going through those fucking bad things, those hard things and shit, coming out the other side, just understanding that if you get just a basic understanding and strong enough to fucking people, that's growth. You know what I'm saying? If suffering comes with trauma, then it's the healing part. Since this isn't like, I'm using this podcast as, so I can edit, so I can edit. But shit, this is recorded, already. And you got it. I'll talk to you, we're gonna do a whole podcast. What would you have to say?
My answer was current suffering may not be meaningful at the time, but suffering of the past is meaningful as it shapes you as the person you are. It's not necessarily a negative thing. So that's similar to what you said. So it may not seem like it's meaningful at the time, but if you get through it, past it, or like a healing process of it.
Yeah, the biggest thing about it is what you do with it. If you make it through it, right? Because you could suffer, you could be getting tortured and fucking die. You can be getting tortured for years and never have an opportunity to learn from stuff because you die. But if you come out the other end of that shit and you're free again, you don't have to be a slave to that suffering or be tortured every day anymore, and you have the free will to do the things that you want. That, first of all, you got to thank whatever is out there to let you get through it. And then second, you got to grow from it because you got to give it an opportunity to go through something and come out the other end. I think if there's a God, right, I think the logic for suffering will be so you can help somebody else that's going to suffer worse than you.
Or just let it,
You know, or spread awareness that it's happening at all, so you can show, you know, what the signs are, all that shit, like, it gives you a place, it gives you a purpose, it gives you direction, because even if you just work at your job, you can go and talk to women and children about these types of things, say your story, which saying your story is a big part of healing.
that's not,
Oh yeah,
it's a big part of bringing up buried
you have to. If you say that the
ammo, buried ammo. I call myself buried ammo. Because it took you out once. Reliving, rebringing it back, rebirthing it is gonna take you again, like, it's ammo. That's what it is.
We're gonna have a fucking serious time.
So I put, experiences of suffering can be meaningful to those who suffer. The first truth is that suffering, the first truth is that suffering has meaning. The second truth is that life involves suffering. But I feel that the suffering should be meaningful either way, because at the end of the day, it's your choice to continue to suffer or to suffer by moving on or not moving on, whatever the case may be. But I guess that is meaningful. So question 4 is, what is the most unexpected piece of advice you ever received? I'm assuming we just wrote mine, but we're all in the same file. What do you want to do first?
The most unexpected advice I have ever received was, the phrase, in order to love someone, you first need to love yourself. Yeah.
That's it?
What?
Was that it?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't.
Oh, why did you remember that piece?
And,
What were you going through when somebody told you that?
it was just putting someone else first all the time, and then it was actually, like, tearing me down at the same time. And I was giving them my all, but I was giving myself no love. Okay.
So, mine, I was in AA, well, not AA, I did CMA. So I was slower, I was also down. And this is kind of recent as far as, dealing with the sponsor of things I was, but I was telling them my stories, you know what I'm saying, like my little, mezcal war story. And, the biggest part of my story is paranoia. I was like one of those people, you know what people call themselves,
That's always been up to people.
that, and always trying to look for signs of people following you and shit like that. And
That's just been alert,
it's more than that, 'cause
aware.
I call it being hyper aware. Because I don't think it's necessarily paranoid, but there were times when I was overly hyper aware, which goes into the fucking realm of being paranoid.
Were you ever right?
I don't know. And the reason why I say that, I still won't say if I know or not, because, what do you call it? Oh, have you ever heard of the term gangsta?
Yeah.
And if you're being gangsta, you're considered in that, how do you say, vernacular, if you're being gangsta, right, people, and you're the target, they call you the target because TI, targeted individual, right? And, a lot of times I used to think that I was like this targeted individual because probably because of the shit I looked up and based on it's proven that by the shit that you look up, they can put a personality profile on you. And I would make, I can guarantee that they did. Yeah, I can guarantee that if they personality profile me, I can probably be considered a possible threat eventually, you know what I'm saying? Because of my job of, I'm like a big government conspiracy maybe type shit, you know what I'm saying? And I would rebel not rebel against the government, I would revolt against the government if it became higher. Because I believe in like the Constitution and other stuff and shit like that. So anyways, my sponsor, I was talking to him and I was telling him how paranoid I would get, and this fool was like, he's like, I'm gonna give you the same advice that my sponsor gave me, and he was like, you're not that important.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, that's crazy. He said, what makes you think you're that important? I kind of told him about what I look up and all that shit. Like, you're not that important. I was like,
Could I be right on that one?
because he was real quick, yeah, but he was the same as me. He told me that he was the same as me. He was worse because not only was he like a paranoid person, he didn't necessarily do all the conspiracy shit, but like that nigga got like robbing and shit like that. You know what I mean? I fucking didn't really confident about him until way later and shit. Go ahead.
So, growing up before my mom, dad trapped out, fucking junkie phase, I was smoking my weed, you know, how weed, weed. And when I first started smoking weed, my dad found out he told me puta. He's like, oh, little puta, you see on TV? He always told me that my whole life, and I used to cry, saying, no, I don't want to be like that, but, man, some bad bitches, you know, maybe I want to be a bad bitch now, but anyways, I used to be so smoked out, my dad used to call me stupid for fucking smoking. Look at you all fucking arms with being dumb as shit, so, he made that comment too, like, what makes you think you're something? I'm important because I'm a cocky motherfucker. Wherever I go out in the room, that was my personality back then, you know what I'm saying? And when I thought someone was following me, I tell my dad every time he was something, stop smoking that dope then, stop smoking that dad, what the fuck, like, he say crying.
Yeah.
Stop smoking them chronic, like, nobody said crying to my dad. Like, what the fuck?
2001.
Chronic, he still doesn't to this day, he thinks not bullshit, but, dude, I swear to God, like, when I was dating my ex of like 10 years, Vanessa, we're at the grocery store. I told her, she was always my dad saying when he was saying that comment too, so that sticks in your head, right? I was like, there's somebody following us, this guy's following us. She didn't believe me. Same fucking way that he was acting was the same from the past. No one believed me, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys heard of pause. It's like you lose your breath quickly.
No.
I don't know, I don't know what happened, we were checking out, and the guy that I told was following us was right behind us. We're cashing out, I'm trying to put the bags in the cart, and I'm grabbing all the bags, putting them in the cart from like a couple feet away from Vanessa, as she was paying at the little fucking credit card.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I see from my peripheral view her just fucking falling back. and I fucking tried to grab her, like, oh fuck, you know, but because I was more few more,
Yeah.
I barely missed her, her head was like bound off the ground, like, boom. I didn't know what to do. I would be like, fuck the groceries, you know, like, I'm gonna get her for the ER.
Yeah.
I picked her up, I was like, what the fuck? You know, she was pale, she was like, fuck pale, purple, it was purple, and she came back, and I was like, are you okay? She's like, get the groceries in the car. This dude followed me to the car, dude. He parked a couple cars down, and I shit you not, he fucking drove right behind us as I'm paranoid, trying to get all the groceries, and as I left, I took her to the car after I took the first load, came back to the second, thing of groceries, and I was like, even worse with leaving the car, because this fucking dude literally was following us, he was being a creep. And I know, like, I'm not gonna just say women's intuition, but you can feel when someone's watching you, dude, when my spidey senses are tingling, you know?
Well, especially when it comes to shit like that, a man calling a woman is definitely a woman's intuition.
Yeah, and then when I told my dad, and then Vanessa was there, and he's like, what the fuck? And I was like, I told you, like, it is all about me, you know, these motherfuckers are out to get, like, people like me, my age, like, women my age, you know, I can't have to fucking sell us and shit, like,
I saw this crazy ass video.
But I'm trying to, I said the story because it explained the same scenario, how they work, and this happened with Taylor too, huh? Who was following us, so I'm like, what, God, I don't know, and I think these guys are like, I knew I was right, so maybe because you were too fucking small guy, you didn't know you could have been right.
No, I felt like I was right the whole time. When you talk even till today, even till today, like, there's times when I'm doing my whole internet searches and shit where I'll not search something.
You're like the guy on the TV with the videos about guys like looking up conspiracies and then you get fucking knocked on the door from the minute live.
Type shit, bro.
Erase your mind.
What was super crazy, like, what was super crazy about it is that I know that there's dangerous people out, well, not dangerous people to the government, but people like me were different because we're not thinking and following necessarily. When I go into my conspiracies, I go deep. I go, this is the baseline of the conspiracy, which is already, like, if you believe that at all, is already fact because you have a belief system. You have a belief system that can eventually, if enough people believe that thing, can hurt the government, right? But I went beyond the belief system into, so it's like, what do they call those? You know brainstorming webs? Like, you know how you put on paper, you have the main topic in the circle, and then you have all these extra subjects.
No, those extras, that extra.
Bro, I have extras, 2 extras, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had extras to extras on all that shit, and the thing is, I was looking these up online, and when you're connected to Google and all this shit, all your searches are fucking tracked, and that's why I was like, fuck, man, like.
So I told you, we were talking about pink elephant. You can see on Google, search on the phone, a couple days later.
Yeah, that's, well, there you do it, like, but what they try to tell you that.
More tracking for advertising.
Yeah, I was gonna say right now.
We're talking about, I mean, we're not there yet.
If you're not buying, first of all, here's the thing you gotta think about.
Well, we're not there yet, but I'm telling you, he'll go, fuck, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, right,
If he wants to, we'll be in the Google, and he's like, oh, my brother, my stuff, I'm gonna walk out with these books, like, dude, we're still looking, dude, like, he says what he wants, because he knows what he wants, that's what I'm trying to say, like, the same thing, we're not there yet, but this motherfucker by next month might be there. Conspiracy,
The country is not there about tracking every, you're not tracking every individual citizen.
You don't know, but he asks every day, do this,
Is he acting upon any type of violence?
No.
So they're not, honestly,
but he goes
they're not
deeper
gonna
into it,
go.
with whatever you ask chat,
Unless he's committing some type of crime, like fraud, stuff, I don't think they're gonna.
sometimes even
Look into it until he gets like a big
So,
party of.
When I sit back and I think with a clearer mind of the possibilities of what kind of tracking they were doing on me is I have to be rational because I can't prove that they were that anybody physically was tracking me, like walking around.
I remember one person that was very concerning.
Right. And the thing is that when you start to step out of the norm, you're not buying the products that are advertised there at all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even looking up products, I used to not, I've never used Amazon until like, 2 years ago.
Just try to use me a little.
So, we don't have to,
I never used Amazon until like within the sober living industry.
So what do you buy on Amazon?
Now,
Regularly, right? Yeah, that's, so before you would just go to the store.
bro, like that's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay, then.
Like I didn't buy nothing on Amazon, and then I bought some shit off Amazon.
That's good, that's
He has
good.
an entrepreneur for him.
I didn't even have to go nowhere to do these, but
It's fast.
it's fast. But what's crazier is like I miss going to stores, and then you go to stores and they don't even have the variety that they used to have. That's what.
Order out of what you're looking for.
That shit is crazy because there's people that don't order from Amazon at all, or that go to the store.
Yeah, a couple years ago, I was like, I miss going to the stores for the interaction, and then
Well,
people, machines are gonna be dropping off packages pretty soon.
so,
They're already doing it, they're already doing it right now.
You can ask for drone delivery.
so I just, took macroeconomics, and so the basis of macroeconomics is if a store is willing to stock a shelf with like 12 items, right? And those sell out quickly, they'll start stocking more. But if, only 3 things get bought at that 12, they're gonna start stocking at less variety.
Yeah.
So the less they're bought, the less it's stocked.
Yeah.
So like you said, a lot of people do buy on Amazon or online, so they don't go to the stores, so that's how the stores don't stock as much, so actually not being purchased as much.
I don't know if this is true or false, but I feel like that reasoning, the whole, if only 3 are bought out of those 12, most likely it's not gonna be fast. It's not gonna be something that sells fast, so they're gonna put less. But they don't actually care if that thing needs to be there because there isn't a certain amount of people that buy that thing at this place, right? They don't care because I'll go to Walmart and see some fucking, like my little polo joggers and shit. I'm surprised they didn't have my size, you know what I'm saying? But they knew that those polo joggers are, like I said, fashionable still right now, so they put a bunch of them on there. But there's other shit that I would buy that they don't even have my size in.
It kind of just, depends on the manufacturer or the wholesaler they're getting it from, because if they will only stock a certain amount, they'll only provide them a certain amount.
Right.
Or like the less that they stock, the higher the price, so the less chance
But
of it being.
think about
Can I just make a comment real quick?
It's
You guys,
it's
time
fine.
is crazy. Back in the day, like, I feel like whenever you went to the store, they had pretty much everything.
they had everything
Right?
on.
Then online shopping started, and I feel like because they monitor what's bought online, they pull it from the actual physical stores. So like you go to, like now I can't even find those certain things that I can find online, that they sell online only, but not in the store, you know what I'm saying?
So it's
I feel like I'm going
it-
crazy.
It's not, you're not, because it's a mixture of that, 'cause like Walmart, if you look at it, they have, when you do a Walmart order, they have the option to pick up, that means it's in the store right there, or get it sent to you, that means they probably pull it from the store, they pull it from the warehouse,
If
or
you do
they,
shipping, that's usually a warehouse.
Okay.
If you do delivery or pick up, it's within stores. So that's why it's the variety is always different, same with her.
And like now, like I found out just like this week, you're out with Home Depot, you're able to buy something that you need that we have,
yeah,
even if we don't have it in stock. You can buy it here and pick up somewhere else.
yeah,
I'm like, what the hell? Like, it's gonna get to a point where like, you could go to scan something and then it will get dropped off to you. Like,
yeah.
we just go to a wall with like a bunch of millions of items that you can just scan what you wanna buy and shit.
Which, that's
That's gonna be
that's
weird.
great, honestly, you don't have to go to the store. But, so.
You're so happy that you told me.
It's a mixture of what you were talking about with, overbuying. People buy too much nowadays, they don't, I think that's another big reason why people don't have savings, is because they just spend their money.
It's because of COVID.
It's not because, it's because people don't know how to spend their money. Everybody's buying habits are fucking crazy now.
What do you mean by buying habits?
Like,
People buy
certain things they don't need.
Like, and
They think they have more disposable income, and in reality, they're living paycheck to paycheck.
It's like we're grown kids with a wallet, with debit cards.
with.
I will buy shit on the TV commercials I listen to this day. If I like You got the book, you got the book Elastic Women, little book thing from $49 Elastic book.
Scholastic.
Stuff, man, I got everything on there. Tell your teacher you see I got money now, like, hell yeah, you know, I'm a big kid, we all buy the Legos, video games, we buy the newest cameras, laptops, we're a big kid. What's fucking debit cards and bills? We don't wanna grow up, we wanna fucking play.
Here's the thing, so you'll buy, a lot of people will buy a MacBook Pro, and then 2 years later, they're buying a MacBook Pro, even though there's no name on it. That,
No, I haven't bought one.
even in that, like, even if it's 2 years down the road, that's overbuying, because you're not using what you had already.
That's what I meant about the whole farm
That's not
situation. That's why I think you're big.
New models, and everyone wants to have the newest model.
Joe Rogan talks about that shit all the time, that, people always want to have the newest thing, and that's the fucking most odd thing for a man. Like, an animal in general, the human species is one of the oddest things, because they always want something new. They don't just survive, they don't live within their means, they always have to be above the next person, and that's due to the social order that was engineered by motherfuckers that started propaganda. You know, you heard the,
Remember when all that started?
well, Edward Bernays is the person who started the IQ test, okay?
Edward Bernays.
Yeah, so you know the thing, they have, you have a 96 IQ or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So he's the one who started that shit, but he's also the one who started, I can't think, but he started the propaganda, being able to change people's minds by feeding them information in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And they also, if you ever hear the story of how, you gotta listen to Joe Rogan, man. If you ever listen to the story of how they got people to start eating meat with reference, like bacon and sausage and shit like that. People literally, what breakfast used to be, and you go watch like all the old movies, like from AMC now, but when I was growing up, AMC was all black and white movies. They eat a piece of toast and drink their coffee and go to work. It's not even healthy to have breakfast every day. It's like literally not the type of breakfast that when you think of breakfast, what you think, it's not healthy. You don't need to eat in the morning, because when you go to sleep and when you actually go to sleep, you start fasting, your body starts burning energy and shit like that. You don't wake up hungry unless you ate late, which is fucking weird.
Remember I told you that my dad told me, like, between 10 and 13 things to live by? One of those things was, don't brag about what you have, and never be too big headed or anything like that. I'll write it down for you when I remember it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about what you say right now, like, everybody wants the newest thing.
Yeah.
They want to brag, they want to show off.
That's the social order, but what I'm saying, that is due to, a portion of social engineering that started marketing, having the newest thing as being better, not just a better person. Well, it started out as being a better person when you have the new shit, but then it became, you were better than somebody else. And the whole it was never, I don't think it was a thing, the whole ego-driven mentality was reserved for upper class people, you know what I'm saying, at one point.
It's like my keychain, the panty dropper. I got a coworker at Home Depot, she got the Labubu keychain, so she better than me, you know what I'm saying? Just because mine says something cool, hers is the baddest, newest thing, you know what I'm saying?
And then at the fucking same, and then you gotta be like, oh, is it so insane that I'm fucking into that I even have the concept that a keychain can make me a better person.
Exactly. You see this big with 14 karat Labubu keychain.
You know what's crazy? And in reality, what people should think when they see somebody else and because personally, you can be like, oh, they have Jordans on, you got like, man, I know those cost 120, 70, that makes you better than you probably have more. And that's how people think, and that's how insecurities work, right? At the same, if you reverse your insecurities and start understanding things different, you can be like, that nigga's stupid. He wasted $120 when he could look fresh.
But it's not always a reason. It could be like, you work so, you grew up poor, and now you have money to support yourself. So that's how you take care and pride of your things, you know, that's why I said, take care of your things, laugh on it. Or you got people who were born into money, who don't even want it till the word
But
ban.
if you and the person that I'm talking about are both shopping at fucking Walmart or Food City, you guys should, like,
Whoa. That's kidding.
I love it.
And Walmart, everybody wears pajamas.
No, what I'm saying is that if we are in the same fucking class to where I think that I'm poor because I'm wearing Vans, if you're wearing Jordans, then I should be thinking that you're a dumbass for buying it and living with outside of your means, or you actually have that type of money and should be shopping at Sprouts.
How do you know how much money they have?
I'm not saying
I
that.
could be a lawyer and be bougie dressed at Walmart, and you'll think
I'm not talking about at Walmart. If you are a lawyer and you shop at Walmart, you probably
I'm a bargain shopper.
either that or you're just trying to.
You're good with your money.
You're good with your money, you're frugal. But if you're bougie, you're not frugal.
What's the definition of frugal?
Frugal means that you,
My sister. You said a couple words, I should like remember them.
frugal means that you're not stingy, but you get the most for your money. And you don't need it.
Penny stretcher.
Yeah. But yeah, like if you, most of them be rocking Gucci going to Walmart, I mean.
It's Gucci and Gucci. It's Gucci and Gucci.
No, probably. I forget what half the fucking hat, bro, but I remember.
That's like just
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just fucking fan.
I had that same exact hat, I gave it to my homeboy, Raul.
I'm gonna just say, I don't give a fuck how much money I got. I'm a thrifter. I will thrift all day. I will fucking go. I love the dollar store. I'm gonna have thousands of dollars in the bank account. I'm not gonna change where I shop. I might go check it out. I'm gonna still be that humble bitch. That I'm not act broke because my mentality is telling me I'm broke, even though I got stacks in my bank account. That's how you get further in life. You know what I'm saying? Be smart.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But it doesn't make sense that you're gonna go and be cheap with your fucking food, that you need, right? But you're gonna be expensive with your appearance.
Also, some stores don't have
Your appearance doesn't make you survive.
Some people do that.
You can use it as a tool to get ahead and have more money, but at the end of the day, if you're living within your means, you're gonna survive regardless.
Yeah, I could survive. But like I said, I grew up so poor, dude. We grew up so poor that I could make fucking something out of nothing in my kitchen, you know?
She used to do that all the time.
Like, dude, like, I can cook on shop, you know? I'm fucking like,
That's how Valerie was.
my dad is like, I'm gonna raise you, Victoria, so well that you're not gonna need me or anybody, any man at the time before, because this is before I came out. Any man, you know? I've asked him for help, like maybe once, and I charged his car twice. And I remember I said, well, charged his car twice, I was gonna pay him, my rent when it was like, what, $1,300, charged it twice. So I never really, I'm like, sorry, no, it's been years. To this day, my brother, my sister, the lazy ones, the less harder worker ones, the ones that want to fuck off the life because daddy's gonna have a barrel of money right behind him, you know what I'm saying? They're always, till Friday, till Wednesday, they always rely on him. Oh, and it's gotten to the point where like, it's them and the kids. Oh, Sonny wants this, Bubba wants this, Athena wants this, PJ wants this, you know what I'm saying? Me? Yeah, and they got to the point where I forget to call, you know, phone works both ways, because I don't need you, I don't think of you, you know? But I'm not saying I don't love my dad, because he did a great job raising me, but, I'll be that dumb bitch and be like, retirement? No, I'm gonna still work a couple more years. We can stack that shit up. But that's what she said, that comment, like, you grew up with a hardworking parent. But my brother and sister, how come they're the same and I'm different? You know, it's, might not matter.
Your dad gave you the fucking skills, bro.
He gave them the skills too.
He gave them mindset.
Yeah, he did.
So,
Well, Lala not so much.
Well, I think the biggest thing that you should be proud
I
of.
like your mom. This is genetic.
Yeah. But the biggest thing that you should be proud of.
Like, you should, what made you do? Gee, what?
Oh, I was curious because I used to sell it.
Motherfucker, you were curious. That's
Yeah.
all it was?
That's it. How do I sell this shit? So like I used to sell so much that was like so easy. It was like
Imagine if you met someone that prevented you from going down that path. Where you be right now, dude? If you didn't have that setback,
You know what's
cause
crazy?
you got the mouth of like a fucking, like an AI robot kinda.
What's crazy is when I was, and my mom and dad taught me something when I was young, that you take accountability for your actions. So I always do. So I'm not saying this to make an excuse, but I didn't try hard enough, right? But I did try to make, a way out when I was, I think I was 20. No, yeah, I was 20, or just, there's a period of time that's all like, the timeline is way off because so much shit was happening. Uh, but anyways, I was young, just fuck, and I knew I was fucking up, like super bad, you know what I mean? And I was like, I gotta stop all this shit. The only way I can motivate myself to getting out of this shit is if I have another purpose, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I can go to school. So I went to, the first time I did this, I did it twice, I was like 18, my mom had kicked me out of the house already because I got caught selling weed. My mom, like I said, my mom works for the county attorney's office, Maricopa County Attorney's Office. So I got caught selling weed, she kicked me out. I'm out there fucking slinging weed and fucking cocaine and shit, and ecstasy and all this shit. And, and I was selling dope too. Or this is right when I started, like a little bit after I started selling dope, I was like, fuck, I'm fucking up. But the police started driving by our trash spot, you know what I mean? And I was like, I can't do this.
The way your vocabulary is, Doug, I would never guess you told them. Like, I'm not trying to be like offensive or come off in a rude way, but he was like, what the fuck? That shit just threw me off right now, like, what the hell?
I was a smart kid, bro. When I was in 8th grade, I did have this thing called, STAR test. And in 8th grade, I had a college reading and writing level and comprehension level. Like,
He probably was a professor now, we never had a joke like that. Professor,
No, no.
why did you do it again?
I'm not gonna put it on.
Professor?
The great, the dopest shit, so as far as suffering, right? I've been to jail, I was an addict, like, hella hard, fucking almost lost my mind a few times behind this shit. I've been homeless a lot. Shit, I will tell you this, I've probably been homeless for the majority of my adult life. Usually by myself, or if I wasn't by myself, I was still isolated and whatever, you know what I'm saying?
And because you didn't find that purpose to want to stop,
No,
what made you stop?
I always wanted to stop, I just didn't have the fucking means to fucking, it's like.
So when you're like, fuck it, still all the time?
No, if there's, you can, your mind will justify continuing to destroy your life because you don't have anything else to do. You feel me? Like, literally, if I would have quit doing dope, that doesn't mean that I would have had a job. I used to apply for jobs all the fucking time and never get jobs. And I'm not saying, oh, they just don't give jobs out or whatever. Like, before I even had a fucking, criminal record, I would apply for a lot of jobs and I wouldn't get shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I mean?
What was going through your mind? Did you want it at the time, like really want it? Because some people say they want it and don't want it.
Yeah, I did.
Some people want to stay in that life because, like, for
I
me,
definitely did.
when I was shooting up, I didn't want to stop. I'll tell you right now, I wanted to be selfish for as long as I could. But I got to a point where I'm like, dude, I'm doing the same shit with the same fucking people as I was doing last year, the year before. I need to do this. I need to change this shit up, you know? So I'm that bitch that's like, if I'm gonna talk about it, be about it.
I didn't give a fuck about what I was doing. I liked what I was doing, but I understood that it's not gonna take me anywhere. It's gonna fuck up everything it's gonna take away from my potential. And I didn't want to be in prison. And back then, when I was doing dope, you didn't get fucking probation on your first 2 fucking possessions. You know what I'm saying? 3. They give you probation on your first 3, and then there's first 2, and then there's another technicality that'll get you off on the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, with probation, a little bit of money time.
What year were you, 18?
2007.
I'm not gonna say we're the same because those changed, I guess, you know, I shot it up, and it's fucking smoky, but they used to talk about when I would do it, back in the day, this shit was better.
It's not even about the quality, it was about the fact that if you got caught back then with dope, the
Midget shit was.
smallest former of bags, you go 5 years, bro. Like, I did 3 years and 3 months in prison in fucking, well, county and prison together, but I did 3 months in county, I fast tracked that shit to prison. And I did 3 years in prison, and it feels like forever, bro. Like, especially when you start, like, it just feels like it's never gonna end.
How long did you do it for?
What?
Two.
Well, off and on since I was 21. Yeah, I didn't start until 2021.
I used to be judgmental towards like crackheads, you know, and then I became a junkie. I became a junkie and I understood them more, but then I'm like, I don't feel bad for these fools because I chose to be selfish. You know, a lot of people get stuck on it, get hooked on it, get fucked up on it. You know, I've had my bad trips and shit. I started shooting up as soon as, literally a month after I started smoking it, you know? Went through my whole life till I was 31, didn't touch shit, you know, because that shit ruined my childhood. Someone breaks my heart. I say, fuck the world, you know, fuck this shit, let me hit that, let me get that, let me fucking went downhill from there, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel bad for anybody who's out here on the streets, because you all have the choice. Just like, I chose to get clean when I wanted to. I was in rehab twice before I finally went
If you're living,
and got through it, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted it. I wanted it more than it. I wanted it more than I wanted my next high.
it is your choice. But when you're living and you're basing your reactions or actions off of your emotions, you have a choice if your emotions say you fuck and you don't give a fuck. Because when you went through the fuck it mode, right, there was no stopping.
There was a stopping me if I was like, hey bitch, if I had that thought that I'm over this shit, you know what I mean? I've got nothing, you know, I lost everything, but the shit that I left with when I lost it, it's gone. You know, I was out here in the fucking, behind QT and fucking tent and fucking bandos, you know, fucking sleeping on my fucking backpack, on my duffel bag before I got caught, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I've done some shit you wouldn't even think I would have done, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I finally was just like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I pulled myself out to fucking the ocean, swam the fuck out. I was enjoying with everybody. I could look with the fucking man the hell out of it. I didn't do the same shit with the last few years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bettered myself because it was my choice to. Because it was my time, and I felt like.
What gave you the break in what gave you the break to be able to make that choice? Because when you're, to me, most of the time, when you're in the thick of it, no, that choice isn't there because you're just caught up with
I think it depends on the resources people have available.
That's what I was saying
A
earlier.
lot of people who are like homeless and stuff, they lack the ability to get places to receive those
Yeah.
resources, and a lot of times now, like the sober living homes or the detoxes that have waiting lists, and like you tell someone who's using, they're, oh, you can come back in 2 weeks, their mind's gonna change.
Okay, so sort of from
And just having the access to that, or like just
So,
kind of places.
as far as access to rehab and shit, that's.
everybody has access
If
to
you're
everything.
gonna be bougie and try to go to a certain rehab only, you're not gonna explore your options.
Well, in the state of Washington, there's very lax of
It's
detox centers,
it's
that
way-
you can go up to their door and they'll turn you away and say you can come back in 2 weeks.
Arizona should be,
You're 100% full.
Arizona is,
Yeah.
I feel like Arizona is the capital of recovery because of how many resources they have out here to recover. But what I was asking her is like, when did you have to break? For me, whenever I had a break, the only time I had a break was when I went to jail. And I had to go to jail for extended periods of time to have the mindset that I want to put in. You know what I'm saying? Cause I would go to jail for fucking, I mean, like when I finally got caught for the DUI, so I got caught for the DUI, I got cited, the citation and all that, but I didn't go to court. So, like 2 years later, I got caught for the DUI. They took me to jail, and when I went in front of the judge, because I couldn't pay the fucking fine, it was like $2,800, right? I said, can I just do the jail time? And at that time, I was already smoked out, right? 43 days did nothing for me. The whole 43 days, I was speeding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait Because it really takes, I think they said that it takes like a whole year to really get over that shit. And if you don't, that's why I'm asking you, when did you have the time to make the decision?
Well, for me, like I said, I was raised by my father, and he did raise me right, and that's why when I started doing that, when I started shooting up, so I was already smoking a prior, like month and a half. I called him and told him what I was doing, you know, even though it hurt me to do it. As far as resources, I'm pretty sure if I had just went home, he would have got help from me. But because he raised me, and I guess we're all different, but I respect him enough not to let me see, not to let him see me all fucked up and trapped the fuck out, you know, so I didn't go home. So the first time I needed a place to stay, I called my birth giver, hey, can I stay with you? I gotta go, you know, as long as you're sober. I'm not sober, I'm still using, I'm still shooting up. You want me to be honest, I'm being honest, like, I'm still shooting up, and I'm gonna continue to shoot up until I get home from place, you know? I was making excuses because I didn't wanna quit. She throws back at me, as long as you don't slip back over my sleep. I told the bitch, you know, like, fuck away from me, growing up when I was a little younger. I wish I could just fucking throw out in your sleep. That's what I told her. So I guess that she carried that with her because she's also an addict, you know, she's using still, I let her brace her right.
But what I'm asking is
I'm
like,
getting there. So I ended up going through some shit, hurting her, ruining my chances of being there, was still using, went back out to the same crowd that was pretty much fucking me over constantly, being fake as fuck to me, like, pretty much staring for me and just leaving me to walk miles in the rain and the fucking hot heat, you know, because I had nothing, and they took whatever I had, you know, to offer it just to have something, you know, a nice shower, something to eat, you know, a place to rest my head for the night. And I got into a fight not even 30 minutes into who I thought was a homegrown kind of primitive beat up. She's like, this fucking, she stole from my bag, and I knew she did. She stole all the money I had, everything I had in the car. She kicked me out of her place, she threw my bag at me, and let me go inside to get my stuff. Couldn't get my phone. It's like a 2.5 hour walk from her place to the casino, which is in the south side of Tucson. That's on the south side of Tucson, my dad lives in central Tucson, so it's like another 45 minutes.
yeah,
She's passing by every now and then, starts pouring rain. I'm walking my dad's army back, you know, and gets to the casino, call her, you know, the one time I'm leaving home from smoking wet. He please come to my phone, she's like, fuck you, boo, you know, treating me like shit. Gonna go to my birth giver's house, because ruined that chance, you know, I stabbed her, you know, that's why I was looking at him, and didn't last long with her, because we're both addicts, and when someone's envy of you, it just ends bad, so here I come back to the east side of Tucson with a former ex of mine, who she was dating some crackhead at the time, ended up getting everybody thrown out because he and his friends were all trapped out in the bathroom smoking blues. Everybody in the building smelled that shit, you know, they're all like snotted out. It was either go back to Lisette's house, go to rehab for a little bit, or off myself, or end up somewhere, God knows fucking where. So I decided to call Lisette. She's like, no, you can't stay with me, I want you here, you need to go get help. Even though she's so you know, people like to project on you. I got tired of people blaming you for shit. Like, I'm a new smoker, and I've been doing this shit 2-3 years now, you know. I can stop whenever the fuck I want. I've held jobs as an addict, 2-3 jobs, you know, at the time, as an addict. There's no excuse why a motherfucker can't do shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck everybody, dude. Like, no one's really there for you. At the end of the day, no one's really there for you. So, took my happy ass to fucking rehab. I was like, I've been here before, and I had shoved a fucking bubble in my cooter. I didn't know what the fuck to expect the first time I went, and I didn't know you had to squat and pop. Got scared, didn't last that whole night, so I left. The second time, I lasted 3 days, and I didn't like how the medication was making me feel while I was detoxing. I was like freaking out, so I left. Third time's a charm. Took my happy ass there. one of the nurses that was there starts crying, she's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I said, what? She said, you probably don't remember, I would tell you all the time to put your shirt back on, put your shirt back on, cause it's been a night, you know, when I was detoxing, so I tended in that room, but so hot, and I was fucking bed, but be half naked, and the male nurses come take my vitamins. Put your shirt on, Angela. No, she's like, dude, finally, she's like, you look so different after that. I was fucking, I used to shoot up so much a day, dude, like 8 times a day, 11 times a day. Like, I was fucking skin bone. I was, and as a woman, even not as an addict, like, sometimes I don't feel beautiful, you know, but I looked in the mirror and I was just like, fuck, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be like these little bitches. I used to be bad back in the day, you know, be all chapped out. I'm done with this shit, you know. I thought what it is because the first day I did it, a couple hours later, with this girl, she's like, you're gonna do this shit, bitch? She found out I just started that day. She's like, you better take care of yourself, you better take vitamins, or else you're gonna look all chapped out like this fucking crackhead. She's like, I bet you wouldn't even know I've been doing this shit since 14. She's like 2 years older than me, she's like 36 now. She's a mom. She's banging still, that's a homegirl, you know. But if it weren't for her and those words, dude. But I went to rehab, definitely go to rehab, and I don't care what anybody says, like, if you got family out there, pick up the fucking phone, dude, because it gets lonely as fuck. So I did rehab by myself without having that call to my family members that couldn't call. Until one day I was just like, fuck it, dude, I'm just gonna call my dad. He was just like happy that I was in rehab, and I was like, this time, like, I haven't called you the last 2 times I was there, I was here, but like, sorry, I called you all fucked up on drugs. I'm sorry, I called you from jail and you didn't answer. I was laughing, it was my bad, but like, I know you raised me well enough not to be put in these situations or even be in a situation like this. I was like, so I'm sorry, but the heart's not broken as much anymore, and I'm ready to take back my life, you know what I'm saying? And for a long time, like when I first met Taylor, I was telling her like,
How long ago were you?
the full time, that full 40 days. And then, I had no phone, I came out, I had no phone. I had to stay with my dad, I couldn't go nowhere, and literally, I was like, I'll stay here a month, dude, and if I had nowhere to go, I would sleep in the park, just let me keep
Why
myself.
did you go to something like that?
I had no phone, dude, like, it's hard to get around, you know, in fucking that middle of the heat, you know what I'm saying? So, he finally said, yeah, he came to pick me up, and, he didn't understand that you gotta be patient. I'm sober. Anything you do can trigger the fuck out of me, you know what I'm saying? It didn't help that him and my little sister were staying there too, knew I was communicating something. Mind you, before me living with them, I had spoken to them really much in the last 5 years prior to that. You know, because a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? I spent birthdays, holidays, a bunch of shit, and so like we're strangers, you know? And my little sister had 2 new kids, you know, so that was weird. And so my dad's like, but and then he moves up the street, a couple blocks from Prince.
Yeah.
Like a 35 minute walk, you know. I don't get out till after 11:30, you know. They go to bed at 8 o'clock. We got a green camera. You see me knocking, dude. The doorbell rings and I different right once I just cross the by. I will wait there for hours just to come back inside. Then I'll walk to my ex-Liz's house, her apartment. Fucking 50-minute walk from my dad's house. Get there, sleep all day, try to wake up early so I can go enough time to get back into my dad's house. Don't touch the kids. Don't touch her, don't touch her. Like, I think she's all drugged up. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm going to NA, I'm trying to get my life back. I need help. Why can't you just support me? Here's my dad, and I mean, fucking slamming beer in my face. Like, he's, like, I'm trying to, you want me to take this serious? Be serious with me. In front of me, at least, you know what I mean? Do this shit in your room, you know, like, I'm trying to, there's not a one-time thing, like, recovery is, I have to try every fucking day, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just hard too, because, like I said, like, when I don't give a fuck, dude, is when I feel like that. Cause like, I'm like, this comes from only me because I'm cocky. And everything I do and everything I say, I can back it up, you know? So, me knowing that I could get so fucked up in a short amount of time and lose so much as to where someone's doing it for 3 times as much longer than I have, you know? So, be able to do daily things as a normal person, like some lawyers and doctors, you know, as addicts do. I was just like, I could do that and be where I'm at now, you know, my life together, working 2 jobs, we got a car, you know, we just got a new cat, we just in the booger, we got booger mulch, you know. If I could do all that, go through fucking hell, walk through fire, and be where I'm at today, there was something outside of me, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can't tell me I can't do because my dad told me all my whole life. But then it got to a point where I turned a certain age, now I'm gonna raise you so you don't need me or anyone. Now you're gonna raise me, right? But before I was proving you wrong. Oh, you can't do this, you're a female, your brother got to do that, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? You can't do this, you can't do this. Little Mia Hamm, Michael Jordan commercials, and you could do better. That was like the anthem of my childhood too, like working twice as hard, I'd be better than the next person should. That's like for my thing I put. The most unexpected piece of advice was, I was told time after time, listen with your eyes. And it wasn't until I turned 14 and a half, 15, that I actually comprehended what that meant. Like actions. Actions speak louder than words, so don't always believe what you hear. Believe what you see. Forget what you hear and believe what you see. Yeah. So I feel like if I would have heard that piece of advice and understood it a little bit early in life, I would have got pretty far now.
Yeah. We're gonna end it right here.
Okay.
Late.
What time is it?
Yeah.
Good shit. Good shit.
I think one of these cameras stopped recording while we were
And it's funny because my guilty pleasures are so opposite of what I've been talking about too. Just listening to it in playlist. I know, yeah, that's what about you done?
Mine,
I can't remember the
my guilty pleasure is the company of good friends.
And it's funny too because it's all stereotypic. I'm street smart, I'm very knowledgeable and like, you would think he'd be a thug, locked up, but no, that's little smart as hell. He's smart like you know what I'm saying?
I never.
But it's like, I don't know, it's just weird, it throws me off, but I think it's pretty cool. Three different sides from the same earth. 3 different angles from the same earth, in the same area. Is that weird? Like we come from the same pie, but.
There's so many people that it's bound to happen. Now.
But what I was trying to say is like, even though we're 2 females, we don't compare in any way, really. If we were to do the string thing.
Yeah.
With like things in common.
My bad. The shine. You see the shine on the ring of the loop on the fucking curtain. It looked like the sun was shining through the fucking thing. I was like, how?
Like if we were to do the string thing and compare things that we have in common, you, Taylor, my dad, my brother's baby mama, and 3 of my cousins would be in a conversation. Why? Because of how you guys speak, with your vocabulary. Like you guys know shit, and you guys are like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, if it was you, my dad, like, it'd be chill. You'd be chill. She's chill.
I'm not even lying to you, fool. Seriously, I'm not. Like, we have to have like a long talk.
So, you good? Me? Why me?
Because
Do you have orders?
I think there's things that you need to hash out.
I don't want to hash out. I told you that. It's your problem. That's not my problem. People are different. I said, okay, no. Want to do the bathroom? No, it's all right. Well, which means talking about it makes me relive it. Reliving
It's not even that.
Reliving it makes me
It's not, it's,
re-see it in a different way.
it's not even that.
No, that's what
It has nothing to do with your trauma, like, no, I'm saying, what I wanna talk to you about, I mean, it may have things to do with your trauma, but it's not your trauma specifically that I wanna talk about.
Are you gonna get the list there? Alright, good. What was I saying? I'm trying to go to Goodwill in Sun City. So we could either wait till we go to your Aunt Kathy's house, or we could go tomorrow.
Are you guys going to your Aunt Kathy's today?
Correct, the 26th, Monday, tomorrow, day after.
Oh shit, not early?
Yeah, it's on Monday, right? That's what I was trying to say, Monday, go to work, and then back home.
Monday's not the 26th.
Yeah, it is, cool. Tuesday. Tuesday, the
Oh,
26th, would be the,
Damn,
would be the, is that Walter? No. Oh. Yeah, cause I wanna get that, I should've got that, remember when it was, they had a little wrap, that net, that wrap, the white thing, yeah, I was so jealous. I wanna buy that tennis, but I was looking for the
Oh, no, they're actually cheaper right now.
or we could walk, I'm down to walk.
I am not fucking walking. You know, I'm walking and you're at work.
Dude, she's fucking lazy, she don't even gym with me. She's like, should I tell you? I'm like, no, keep on doing it. I have a tripod, I have extra tripods in storage, I gotta go get them, I gotta look through the bins. They're like for old cameras and shit, so you can just swap one of them back at least. They're not tall, so you might have to like stack shit up on each other or something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, get down in the car, no. What? You might have to drink that one. I like the whole mic thing. The mic and it's a little too, the sensitivity is a little too high.
Yeah, but I was trying to grab both of you guys, because both of you guys not go at the mic.
You know what you should do next
I'm
time?
trying to get a third mic.
You should fucking, you should use your blanket bed.
What?
Either the Maryland roll or the one that I like to use, you put on top of the table and put his shit on top so it won't be so.
No, so this room is what causes it to be so bad, because
Try to turn it on.
hard floors,
Hard to plastic, hardwood.
but they're hard.
No,
But I was gonna tell you earlier, I was like, fuck, we might have to do it over there, because I can hear
Look at the driver.
it's not sound deadening, but.
In the bedroom?
You guys have less echo than I do.
we don't hear shit on it. We went to the bedroom. Doesn't have to do a podcast like that. We can't hear that, we can't even hear nobody.
No, it is fucking quiet in your room, and then like,
Remember your mom said that?
if I bought like a carpet, like a couple, you know those rugs you can buy at like Walmart and shit, if I put a carpet right there.
We have one in storage for, go in her Aunt Kathy gave us the gold one, that's the one I want to keep. I don't want to throw it out when you guys are fucking deal with that. It looks better, huh? Looks more spacious. We got a fucking fan at home.
Yeah, but I thought it was 5 minutes.
I just don't know which ones to turn off, because I'm like, and I can't hold it myself.
That should happen.
Yes.
I got this backpack for her birthday last year. Stupid beast. Yeah, I won't always get emotional, but those questions, I'm gonna look at those questions. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just write questions. We get a box, like Google or something, and then rip them, just drop them in. And I'll make sure I memo each question, so I don't rewrite it twice. Like, I wish you had your mic and shit when I asked that question, since Kurt was there. About deja vu.
Oh, yeah. Those are the types of discussions. So like everything that.
That's why you need an iPhone, to be like the people on the internet, how they use their phone.
I have mine.
Yeah, but like when you don't have it,
I can do that.
and then they had a little mic that hooks up to the phone.
That's try those too. But yeah, and then I would have to just listen. So if I'm recording up with using a mic, and you try to use your headphones to, so you can't just listen with your headphones, because they have a mic with them. So that's what
Oh,
everyone does.
oh, so, well, I, even that white headphones, I have my,
And if this is program is recording from this system through this box, it won't, this box isn't connected to Bluetooth.
I don't let them bring a hair like this with my phone.
I was gonna tell you something earlier.
Maybe you tell her, Joe, that you need a haircut, so she can go run.
No, because I wanted my curl cream and I couldn't find it.
I was cleaning, I don't know where to put it.
It was in the cupboard, so I don't know where it could be.
Walter, she's gonna blame it on Walter.
I do,
Everything else was in there, your bra in there. And then the curl cream was in there anyway. I was like, what the hell? The only thing I was in here was like.
What was I gonna say? Remind me to move the box back to the room.
Did you drink two or just that piece of one?
I do another one. And cut.
Is it off?
No.
Oh shit, it's probably still recording. Oh yeah, it is.